Look, guys, what I'm saying sounds crazy now. But all you need to do is wait for the shocking moment. There's going to be a shocking moment. Because me and Ezra talk about this. I think China's shock moment was the invasion by Japan, right? America doesn't realize how much deep shit it's in yet. So we're going to, in the near future, we're going to be looking at a shock moment. Just a shocking moment that's really going to instill Americans with the understanding. Just a humiliation so severe and so just irreversible that it will be acknowledged that there is a new era. There's a new order in town, you know? Whether it's the war with Taiwan or... No, it's not COVID. It's going to be something. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. I'm going to be honest. It could be an economic, destruction. It could be a political turmoil. It could be a war with another country. There's a lot of things, but we're looking at that in the near future. When I say near future, I'm saying between now and 2024. That's the forecast we have internally. Internally, that's the forecast we currently have. Something's coming between now and 2024. Could be much earlier or it could be very late, but it's going to be between then and now. We are on like a very dangerous time in America where we're right before the moment. Look, guys, we're all... Look, let's just all be honest about something. Can we just be honest? As Americans, let's be honest about something. We're all in denial. We're all in fucking denial. Our world has been pulled from under the rug already, and we're walking on thin air. We just haven't looked down and fallen yet, like in those cartoons. We're all in so much denial. Like, we're starting to fucking see basic goods. There's just shortages of everything. Everything's in fucking shortages now. This is not a sustainable state of affairs, okay? It's not. This economy is not sustainable. This order is not sustainable. Half the country doesn't recognize the president. How fucking much longer do you think this is going to last, huh? And now they're pressing for war in Taiwan. Yeah. And we're all going about our days as normal. They can't even pass that fucking bill either. Look, we're going about our days. This is literally like before every major catastrophe in history, this is how it was. We are in the stage of denial right now. We're as Americans, let's speak to Americans because Americans will understand this. We're in a zombie-like state where we are just living along. We have no sense of future, no sense of purpose, no sense of knowledge of what's to come, and we're just trotting along. We're doing our best just to survive right now. We're living day to day. The majority of us are in debt. We don't know if we're ever going to be able to pay off our debts. We have no plan, no vision to be able to secure that. Complete uncertainty in terms of our future for what kind of jobs we're going to have. And we're just living along. Wake up, you grind, you eat, you go home, you watch a stream, you watch Netflix, and you repeat. But on a higher level, things have gotten out of control, right? In our immediate individual daily lives, we're still coping. We're still coping and we're still getting by. Okay? But on a higher level of the future of the country and where our society is going and where our economy is going, things are literally falling apart right before us. And the terrifying thing is that we actually are starting to experience that in our daily lives now. Like, when we go to the grocery store, we're starting to notice that, we're kind of out of toilet paper. That's weird. Oh, there's shortages of toilet paper. That's odd. Maybe how far are we going to be from being short on meat and eggs and milk? And, we go to the supply store to get some stuff to repair our bathroom. And, oh, yeah, we're all out of that. Oh, you're out of that? What are you? How about this? Oh, yeah, we're out of that, too. We're all out of stock. Wood. The wood prices are insane. You're saying get your guns? The prices of bullets. Bullets are non-existent. There's no bullets anywhere. What does that tell you, by the way? There's no bullets anywhere. What's next? Water? Yeah, water might be next. I'm fine. I'm in the Great Lakes. We're just starting to notice it in our lives. It was always happening, but it never started to impact our daily lives. And now we're starting to notice this shit in our daily lives. Medicine, where there's shortages on medicine. There's lines and waits for almost everything. It's starting, you really know this shit is real now. It's fucking terrifying. Everything's starting to unravel before our eyes as Americans. Everything's starting to just unravel right before our eyes. And everyone's in denial about it. And no one's fucking talking about it. No one's fucking talking about it. But let me ask you a question, chat. When you watch the streams of people like Hassan, a self-proclaimed socialist, are you being distracted from that fact, or is he actually giving you that feeling? Is he being honest with you and spreading awareness and making sense of it and just inspiring the ability to survive through it? Or is he just kind of like in denial? I really think he's just putting people into denial. They're just coping watching Hassan thinking everything's all right, when in reality, everything's unraveling before our eyes. I think he gives this denialist feeling. And I know he appears gloomy, like in his words, but how smug and ironic and sarcastic he always is, like you really just get this idea from him that like, at the end of the day, everything's fine and everything's normal, His black pill is just an irony. He doesn't actually fucking wear that on his sleeve and just really believe that. This is the weirdest cringe I've ever felt. Yeah, you know what that feeling is, you fucking loser? A lot of stupid people, they don't know how to interpret their own feelings. You want to know what it is? It's a wake-up call. The uncomfortable feeling you're getting isn't coming from me. I'm just making you aware of something you know inside. The world is making you cringe, you fucking loser. You've just been in denial. Yeah, I really pity the people who just don't understand this. Yeah, Hassan's like the this is fine dog. Look, let me raise the alarm. Let me just make you guys aware. Things are not going to continue as they are. We are headed for a big fucking wake-up call in this country. And in what form, I don't know. All I know is this is not sustainable. And I'm talking about like within the next 2 or 3 years, it's not sustainable. I'm not talking about like, 10 years from now or 20. I'm talking about like 1 to 3 years. Maybe even this year. We may even be surprised this Christmas. Who knows? Do you think it has something to do with the environment? Not really. No. Not even. I'm not telling you to panic. I'm telling you to be fucking aware and prepare. I'm telling you to be aware and prepare. Okay? Infrared wants you to be ready. That's it. We just want to survive this. We just want to endure through this. Right? Whatever's coming. But it is coming. So don't get too comfortable. Now, I love Halloween. I love the season. And I'm going to try to celebrate Halloween with you guys and have a good time with you. But please, can we just be aware? Let's just always be aware of what's going on. Okay? We're going to still live life. We're not going to quit life or whatever, but we really have to keep this in the back of our fucking mind. We have to keep this in the back. As much fun as we have to remember this shit. We have to remember that this is not sustainable. This is not sustainable. Okay? Yeah. Or I'm just crazy, right? You can interpret my words however you need to. Maybe I'm just crazy. Right? You can think that. Good luck. That's all I have to say. If you really think that I'm just crazy, all I gotta say is good luck. The government's not paying farmers subsidies, which is gonna affect food supply soon. The only thing we haven't experienced, guys, is food. We haven't experienced those food shortages yet. By the way, Bill Gates is buying up farmland in this country. Why do you think he's buying up farmland? Australia's a police state right now, to say the least. Australia is a militarized, literal 1984 is Australia right now. It's unbelievable. Europe is up in arms. Europe is in an uprising right now. The media is not telling you how in Italy and in France and in Germany, the people are rising up. You're literally witnessing a level of civil unrest not seen in like a decade. It's not, whoever's telling you things are going on smoothly, there's a worldwide crisis through the whole Western world. Yeah, there's gas shortages. We know about that. We in America, we've experienced every shortage. There was gas shortages in Georgia or wherever, right? Remember that? It was just a few months ago. We had gas shortages in Georgia. Now, you guys want to know? I want to let you guys know the moment we're fucked, and take my word for it. Listen, here's what I want you to take my word for. When this happens, I'm going to try and convince my family to go move to Lebanon. When you start experiencing food shortages, yep. There you go. Yep. When you start getting those food shortages, like, oh, we're out of chicken, there's no chicken. Oh, we're out of this, there's no this. Yep. There you go. Yep, it's here. It's here. The crisis is here. You might want to figure something out now and start planning because it's here. When you start to see the milk and eggs running out, yeah, I'm letting you know that we're going down to shit, right? That should sound the alarm. You know, toilet paper and gas and things like that, whatever. When it starts to be about our food, when our food is starting to run out, or we're starting to have shortages of like the things that most Americans consume daily, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble, okay? We're in really big trouble. People are going to start panicking. People are going to be rioting. People are going to go fucking nuts. And for good reason, because when it starts, those food shortages start coming, you better be aware. Like, yeah, you need to, if you're not preparing right now for something with your family or doing whatever, making plans, when the food starts running out, you know, and by the way, let me tell you guys something. Maybe this is going to be bad advice. If you're saving up for like a gaming PC, or you have all this spare money to spend that you're saving up for something, I think you should invest in some canned food. Just invest in some like emergency stuff. Just some. Make an investment for doomsday. Make a doomsday in preparation, right? Of some kind. Canned food, things that are last, bags of rice, that's also smart. Water bottles, things like that. That is if you have the space. Now, I know most of you're probably living in an apartment, but you probably have families that own homes. Most of you probably have families that own homes. You have parents. So tell your parents to set aside some space to just prepare. Because when shit goes down, you're not going to be in your fucking apartment with your friends. You're going back to your fucking family. Most of you, right? You go back to your family. So you guys talk to them about it and prepare with them in case anything happens. But, you know, and it's nice to have a bunker. I don't know if you need a bunker because I don't anticipate like a nuclear war or, you know, some kind of like foreign planes bombing us or whatever. But bunker might be excessive, but you might want to plan to have supplies and resources on hand because the supply chains are going to break down and we're probably going to see a widespread shortage of goods. I mean, one of the big examples of that was the vaccine distribution, and you know, throughout it was such shithole, botched. Guys, look at the fucking listen. Just don't take for granted that when you go to the store and you need something, they're gonna have it. That's all I'm saying. So when it comes to like essentials that you need, it doesn't hurt to just have stuff.
Voidborn donated $10. I had a bug out pack set up after Biden won the presidency. Coworkers thought I was crazy.
No, it's not crazy. You know, I'm not saying people are going to starve and whatever, but there's probably going to be lines for basic necessities. And you could avoid a lot of things if you just have stuff. Just store stuff that you'll need in a period of crisis. I'm not trying to tell you that it's going to be like the zombie apocalypse, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to have spare rolls of toilet paper and, you know, batteries and, you know, a generator. You have to have a lot of money to afford that. But, you know, things like that. Generator is probably like one of the most important things to have, more than a bunker. Forget a bunker, get a generator, you know? Yeah, toilet paper don't go bad. Water bottles don't go bad. I'm not telling you to hoard toilet paper, but, you know, have water bottles. Get water bottles. Those are important, right? Solar panels, yeah, whatever. Independent generation of energy in general would be like a great luxury to have. And, it don't hurt to have canned food and, some basic medical supplies that could easily run out. Band-aids and shit like that and whatever. So talk to your parents about it and, just bring up the conversation and don't politicize it either. It's not about politics. It's just about basic preparation for the future, right? Because, dried meat, dried food, beans and rice. Actually, some canned food sounds really good right now. I'm not going to lie. I really feel like going to a gas station, getting some canned food.
How are you preparing? Have you considered changing your living situation? Very self-sustainable in certain parts of the country.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Dog. I appreciate the concern, but as far as my family is concerned, they're set. In an apocalypse, yeah, my parents' house has a very big advantage, so to speak. They got generators and also a way out to Lebanon, right? So yeah, that's not going to be an issue. But for me personally, I think I would obviously I'd go to my parents temporarily to use some of the stuff they propped, but I'm staying here in this country. I'll have them go leave, but I'm staying in this country. Family should leave. I want my family to leave, but I'm staying here. I'm going to stay in this country and roll with whatever's going to happen. This is the country I was born in. It's my country. If this country's going down, I'm going down with it. My whole life I lived in this country. My whole life I lived here. All of my life experiences were based in this country. The first girl I ever loved was in this country. Things like that. You know what I mean? All my experiences, all of my traumas, all of my good times, my bad times, everything was in this country, right? So I'm gonna stay in this country. Whatever happens, I'm staying here. I was raised in this country. Yeah, I was raised in an Arab family, and we did a lot of Arab things, but we also did a lot of American things. I remember being young, going to the cider mill and the apple orchard and the cherry farms in Michigan. You could just pick cherries off the trees and eat them, and going to lakes and going to fucking Mackinac Island North. And then I've been to Tennessee before. I went to Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. I've been around. I've done a lot of things Americans do. I've been to Disney World as a kid. I've done a lot of things Americans have done in this country. I had a different upbringing than Americans, but I experienced a lot of the same things many Americans experienced. Especially here in Michigan. Yeah, this is the country I'm from. You would say you're American though, not Leb. Yeah, I'm American. That's why guys, you ever notice when people ask me what are you? I say, you mean where are my parents from? Because I am an American. I am an American. It's just that I have a Lebanese, Arab, and Muslim background. But I am an American, It is what I am. Stop spreading misinformation. America is fine. Do you really think that? Do you really, really honestly think that? You really think that, don't you? You really, really think that. You really, really do think that. I'm just shocked at how someone can think that. Wow, that's interesting. So if you turn out to be right, we will have lost nothing. But if I turn out to be right, you're fucked, dude. That's the difference between me and you. If we turn out to be wrong, we didn't lose anything. Maybe we lost money on preparation and stuff, but it's better to be safe than sorry. If you're wrong, you are so utterly fucked.
The 990 donated $3.65. Have you ever noticed that second-gen immigrants like us tend to have more affinity to our country than these woke lefties?
Thank you, Benign, so much. And yes, I have noticed that. It's because we can't take our origin for granted. We're stuck between two worlds. The world of our immigrant parents and the world of this country that we were raised in, And it's obvious that we belong to this country. So that difference is just so clear in our case, What if we have enough fat to wait out the calories? I don't know. I don't think we're going to start starving. But I think, we're going to be running out of the basics to live a, decently comfortable life. Terms of food. I mean, you're probably not going to starve, but it's going to be a hassle. It's not going to be a good thing. The only thing the thing that climate change people get right is the apocalypse, but they just get wrong where that apocalypse is going to come from. It's not going to come from climate change. Well before climate change, we have a way deeper problem, right? There will be ratioing, you mean? Yes. And if you really trust the government's ability to ratio and distribute food and aid, I have some great examples for you. How did the government handle Hurricane Katrina? How did the government handle the distribution of vaccines? Well, that's how they're going to be dealing with food too. So if you trust the government to do its job, then wait it out and just line up. I hope you get there early, bird, like the Best Buy people waiting for the PS5. But if you don't trust the government's ability to do that efficiently and, without fucking it up, I'd prepare. I'd make some preparations, That's up to you. Look, we have the most incompetent fucking government on planet Earth. We have the shittiest, most incompetent, most ineffective government on planet Earth. Just go to the fucking DMV if you don't believe me. Go try to get your fucking driver's license from the DMV if you don't believe me. We have the stupidest, most fucking dumb, inefficient, worthless, garbage, inoperable fucking government on planet Earth. The government is just the worst, inefficient, shitty thing when it comes to anything. And these socialists want to make this government bigger. The one that doesn't know how to do anything and just doesn't even fucking work. We communists are libertarians. We want to break up the big government and we want to make a clean, efficient, working government for working people. Look, if communists get to power, we're going to cut so much bureaucracy, so much red tape. And you know what? I can't be caught on record saying this shit, but because people will take it out of context and twist my words. We're going to replace and make more efficient all of the government programs and stuff. We're going to make them efficient. We're not going to privatize them. We're going to make them work. We're going to make everything work. We're not going to eliminate government programs. We're going to restructure them completely from the ground up. We're going to restructure all the government programs from the ground up, and probably eliminate some and replace them with something else that's more efficient. We do want to make the government smaller. It's smaller means simpler and more efficient. That's what we want to do while doing better than what it did before.